In the Middle Ages, things got even stranger. It was believed that earwax was a kind of spiritual filter, catching evil words and curses before they entered your mind. So some people would collect their wax and bury it under trees, would burn it as a way to destroy bad thoughts. Even more bizarre, some monks wore small cotton plugs soaked in garlic oil in their ears during prayer to block out temptation and focus on the divine voice within. There's even a record from 1432 of a man in France who claimed to be possessed. After letting the wind blow directly into his ears at night, the priest's solution: he lit herbs on fire, funneled the smoke into the man's ears, and declared the demons had been smoked out. Did it work? Who knows? But the man stopped complaining, so maybe it did. Asterisk, asterisk, and in case you thought weird ear beliefs were only for ancient times, think again. In the Victorian era, not so long ago, people believed ringing in the ears meant someone was talking about you. Specifically, if your right ear rang, someone was praising you. If the left ear rang, someone was gossiping behind your back. There were even poems about it. And get this, some doctors in the 1800s recommended smelling strong perfume through the ear canal as a treatment for melancholy. No joke. They believed scent could travel to the brain through the ear and awaken lost joy. It didn't work, but it probably made for some interesting patient notes. Asterisk, asterisk, let's keep going. Because ears have always been more than just a body part. In many cultures, they were believed to hold secrets, messages, and even power. In ancient China, ear size was said to predict longevity. The bigger the earlobe, the longer you were expected to live. Some still believe this today. In Japan, tiny cleaning tools called mimikaki were often passed down as family heirlooms. Delicate scoops made of bamboo or ivory, not just to clean the ear, but to honor it. In fact, some families saw ear cleaning as an act of intimacy, a bonding ritual between mother and child, or husband and wife. Still today, you'll find traditional ear cleaning stalls in parts of Asia, where specialists gently remove wax as a form of care and relaxation. Now, here's a strange one. In 17th century Europe, some people believed that placing a tiny onion slice behind the ear could draw out ear pain through the skin. They'd warm it, press it gently to the flesh, then bandage it in place overnight. If the onion dried out by morning, they believed it had pulled the poison. Oddly enough, warm compresses do help reduce inflammation. So perhaps they were onto something. Then there's garlic. You've probably heard about people placing garlic oil in the ear for pain. But did you know that in some folk traditions, garlic wasn't just for healing. It was used to protect the soul, to keep unwanted energies out of the body, especially through the ears. Some healers believe your ears could absorb negativity, and that strong-smelling herbs like garlic and sage could seal them like armor. And speaking of protection, in some Native American and African traditions, children were told never to sleep with their head facing the wind because bad spirits would enter through the ear during the night and whisper lies into their dreams. That sounds strange, but it also speaks to how deeply people valued their sense of hearing. They knew, even then, that the ear was connected to emotion, balance, even memory. Modern science agrees. Your inner ear doesn't just help you hear. It controls your balance, your orientation, even the way your eyes move in response to sound. It's one of the most sensitive, complex parts of the body, and yet it's small enough to fit on your fingertip. And here's a fact most people don't know: your ears never stop working. Not even when you're asleep. Your brain just decides to ignore them while you dream. That's why some people wake up to faint sounds like their name being called or a distant knock. It's not imagination. It's the brain tuning back into what the ear never stopped hearing. Another strange thing: your ears are self-cleaning. That's right. The skin inside your ear canal slowly moves outward, carrying wax with it like a conveyor belt. In most people, earwax eventually flakes out on its own. No tools needed, no scoops, just time, and yet we still clean. Because there's something so deeply satisfying about removing what's hidden, what doesn't belong. It's not just about hygiene, it's about clarity, and maybe that's why these rituals and beliefs stuck around for so long. Because whether it was garlic, honey, smoke, or sacred chants, people were always trying to hear better. Not just with their ears, but with their hearts, with their lives. Asterisk, asterisk. Let's finish with a few more strange facts, because the ear is full of them. For example, did you know your ears can smell? Not literally, but researchers have discovered that cells in your inner ear respond to chemical signals in a way similar to those in your nose. It's one of many ways the senses are more connected than we realize. Here's another. Your ears help with direction, not just by hearing sound, but by detecting subtle differences in time and tone. That's how you can tell if a voice is coming from your left or behind you, even with your eyes closed. And what about ear shapes? Some cultures used to believe that pointy ears meant a person was spiritually gifted. Others thought attached earlobes were a sign of royalty. In truth, ear shape is mostly genetics, but some tribes would stretch, pierce, or carve the ears as a way to connect to their ancestors. Even today, we decorate our ears to express ourselves. Now, here's a medical oddity. There's a tiny muscle inside your ear called the stepdias that's smaller than a grain of rice. It's the smallest muscle in the entire human body, and yet it plays a huge role in protecting your hearing. It tightens when loud noises enter the ear, reducing the vibration of your bones to protect the inner ear. Without it, even a normal conversation might sound like shouting. Your ears are tiny miracles, and they never stop working. Even as you grow older, even when your hearing fades, they're still doing their job, listening, balancing, protecting, and that's maybe the most beautiful thing about all these strange stories. Whether it's olive oil or incense, chanting monks or crushed herbs, people were simply trying to protect what matters, to protect that little part of us that allows the world in, that lets us hear music, laughter, a child's first words, a lover's whisper, or the stillness of silence. The ear is more than a canal. It's a portal, and for thousands of years, humans have done whatever they could to keep it open, clear, sacred. So now, as this ear cleaning comes to an end and your mind slows down, let yourself be grateful. Grateful that you can hear, that you can listen, that you have access to peace, to sound, to stories. Thank you for spending this time with me, for letting me share these strange facts, for being curious, and thank you for listening. Sleep well, or enjoy your day, and remember, even the weirdest beliefs were born from people simply trying to take care of each other. Good night.